Today I'm reacting to potentially the craziest watch collection in the world.
And revealing its true value.
Yeah, because I think there were some discrepancies in the actual value of certain watches. Make sure you subscribe to the channel now. And, let me, 1 second. I just need to, my belly is a wee bit too big. So I need a wee bit backwards.
I like your tie.
Yeah?
You could say it's a nice tie even piece.
Ralph Lauren. You thought this was some cheap tie, didn't you? It's Ralph Lauren. If you want to buy or sell your watch, then you go to prideandpia.com. Now, let's get stuck in Ambani. I think we have never received the amount of requests ever for any person ever on the planet. This guy is big time, right? And forget about a wallet.
Yeah.
The watch is fantastic.
I know, I told him already.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I never
Who
really
makes
wanted to get a watch, but after seeing that, I was like, you know, watches are cool.
I might want that.
Not that.
Not
but
want that one, but things like that.
Yeah.
That's a proper watch. I can't see which Richard Mille that is. Your man Anand has several Richard Milles, several piece unique Richard Milles, I believe, as well. And this is one of them, I believe. It was a nice unique Richard Mille, but no one knows what it is. That was a very valuable clip. Yeah, that's an interesting watch, actually. I don't know if the picture of the watch on the right is the right picture of the watch he's currently wearing. It does look very similar, doesn't it? But there's a wee bit of a thingy going on here. So 2012, Richard Mille introduced the RM056, a limited edition run of 5 pieces of an extremely insane sapphire case. And keep in mind, sapphire is one of the strongest materials in the world. And because it's so hard, so strong, it's very difficult to produce. And it literally takes 1,000 hours to produce one of those cases. Like, I believe it was like 40 days with 24-hour monitoring of machine labor overseeing the creation of this insane case. So they only produced 5 of these. The more important thing about that watch is that the first time Richard Mille gave full transparency to the movement they produced. It was a tourbillon chronograph module. You can see through the case and see the movement from every angle. It was special. In 2013, Richard Mille done a wee bit of a dirty one. A year later, they introduced the RM5601. So not the RM056, no, the RM5601. Different movement, but the same case. Also produced 5 times. Like, I mean, if the 5 people that bought the 056 probably weren't happy when they heard Richard Mille was making another run with a different movement. I definitely think that a year later, in 2014, when Richard Mille announced that they were going to introduce the RM5602, that their customers were completely pissed off. This time they introduced 10 watches. The watch itself is beyond spectacular. The case is beyond spectacular. I think the next one that will ever go to market will fetch about $2 million. $59.90 travel time. I don't know. What do you think? Is he punching?
I mean, he's got a lot of money.
Do you think it's got to do because he has such a great personality?
Oh, his money's great.
Listen, I'm joking. I've seen photos of him when he was skinny. This must be true love. $59.90 travel time. Yeah, there's several variations of that watch. A full iced out version, a ruby version, an emeralds version, a green sapphire version, none of which I've ever seen, nor ever seen a photo of, really, bar on his wrist. That's insane. I couldn't also give you the value of that. We had the possibility to buy the full baguette diamond $59.90 recently for $800,000, which we declined because we thought it was too steep. Later that watch swapped hands for $600,000, which was a bargain at the time. Now I know it's for sale for less than $500,000. Like, I mean, this is rarer than that, right? I know, but I don't believe that this watch is in any way, shape or form in demand. Who want that? Like, I would never want to wear that. The Richard Mille, I would wear it every day, right? That's just gangster. That is... No. If this watch ever goes to auction, I don't think it will fetch over $1 million. I don't think people are willing to pay that. It's really hard because I've never seen the retail price of that. Maybe the green one people will pay $1 million for. Yeah, he has the other one as well. Could be wrong, but I believe this was introduced in 2021 and he just went to Thierry Stern and said, give me all of them. Like, he probably done a deal there of 3 watches for like $3 million. I wouldn't believe it would be more. No, I wouldn't. So I don't think he lost mad money on it either. People are a bit sick and done with this stuff, you see what I mean? 2 years ago this would go for $4 million, 100%. But people are looking for different things at the moment, more unique stuff. And this is unique, but it's just unwearable. Here, that is the skinny Anand. That is, by the way, John Mayer's favorite watch of all time. Like, apparently, that's the watch he wore the most when he was on tour. Tourbillon GMT, insane piece. I respect him for owning that watch. At 9 o'clock, you see the tourbillon. 3 o'clock, you see its second time zone. In the middle, you see just 2 hands, because that's the first time zone, but it's a GMT. So, second time zone is visible at the 3 o'clock position. That's the AP Royal Oak concept, reference number 26580, I believe. IO, full titanium case with a full ceramic, white ceramic bezel, which is extremely hard to craft. But more importantly, that caliber 2930, I believe, is just absolutely insane. John Mayer actually said this is like Richard Mille level what AP is doing on high-tech engineering. Like, this is mad engineering. The watch is worth between $200,000 and $220,000. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but in his collection, that is quite cheap. But it's special. It's a special watch. Before we get into the next watch, the new drop of IFL watches is here. And let me tell you, it's a whale of a watch.
For a wheel of a guy.
For a whale of a guy. I'm referring to me, by the way. Another hand-painted Seiko 5, unbelievable god tier watch. There's going to be 150 of these available, retailing at $990. And the same as previous versions of this watch. Be quick, be fast, because they sell out quick. They are all unique. They're all hand painted, and that is super cool. If you want to buy this watch, first link in the description. Make sure you do not miss out. The Rafael Nadal RM2702. Have you seen the new RM2704 with all the tennis record, or at least the what do you call it? The tennis record has strings. Really cool watch, right? Not functional, but really cool. Worth about 2 million quid. That's equal. RM2702. About $2 million that. Yeah, easily. Yeah, this is one of those piece uniques. Arguably piece uniques. I don't know if they are, because I have seen that exact watch on a Facebook group for sale for 1.25 million. How many of those are then piece uniques? You know what I mean? It could be like Richard Mille's produced a few of them with different color combinations, or with some of the carbs at different locations on the dial. Could be like that, and then say, yeah, that's a piece unique, because it is a piece unique. But how much is it a piece unique then? You see what I mean? That's my question. I don't know what's going on. Did he sell it, or did Richard Mille make several variations of that watch? I have no idea. He does look like a cool dude here, to be fair. Yeah, this is really, really special, to be honest. This is Sky Moon Tourbillon. Hell, I've only seen one in my life. Let me explain a wee bit, right? Can I get something to explain watchmaking in general, or watches, right? This is a hammer, yeah? I'm not gonna do what you think I'm gonna do, yeah? Mechanical watches are ridiculously special, and I think we're underestimating how special they actually are. How incredibly difficult and insane it actually is. So, remember a clock on the wall of your grandparents, right? A big clock. Right, on the wall, and it had this thing hanging underneath it. That thing was doing this, yeah, a pendulum. The same principle you can find in a mechanical watch, in every mechanical watch. Manual wound, but also automatic. We call that a balance wheel. It's a wheel that spins left to right, but it does that in a certain pace where you cannot see that it goes left and right unless you look very close. Keep in mind, if you grab that clock off the wall and you shake it, you disturb the regulation, you disturb the balance, you disturb the timekeeping, the possibility of timekeeping. That frequency that's being created by the pendulum, right, you disturb that frequency. You need that frequency to be equal for the tell accurate time. That's how it works. But mechanical watches, you can do that. So you can shake it and it's still accurate. It's mind-blowing, right? That's not something new. But what you see in this watch, this is like every mechanical function ever created, including being able to accurately calculate the position of the moon and the stars. That's in this watch. So this whole technique with pendulum and all balance wheels, which is already quite high-tech, which we take for granted, this watch taking watchmaking to a level that no one has ever seen. And that is insane. The Sky Moon Tourbillon is one of the craziest watches in the world. This watch chimes the time mechanically. Remember that same clock I told you about the wall? If you had an expensive version of that clock, it would chime every hour. Right? We call that an hour repeater. This is a minute repeater. This chimes the time on the minute, accurate, mechanically. It's mind-blowing. Sorry for my language. It's also a perpetual calendar, so it accurately tells you the day, the month, the year, leap year, yes or no. It will tell you everything. I think the value of this, swap in hands, 4 or 5 million probably US. And that is the 6300, what you see there. There's a cool story behind this watch, by the way. So this is the 6300G. This is white gold, right? But a 6300, the most expensive wristwatch ever sold for 36 million. Yeah, it's not that watch, but it is that watch, if you know what I mean. It was the 6300A, and the A stands for steel. So that was a piece unique, and this is not a piece unique. This is the most complicated wristwatch ever created on planet Earth. Yeah, and the last one was on auction a couple of months ago. Sylvester Stallone, and was sold for 5.3 million. So I don't know where everyone is getting $9 million from, because this is nowhere near $9 million. I actually done an interview a few weeks prior to that auction with TMZ, I believe, and I said that that watch will go... T said what was it?
TMZ.
TMZ or whatever. Like it will go over 5 million. That's what I said. 5.3 it was sold at. So that was alright there, but that's not 9 million, mate. That's a wee bit too far off. Mark Wahlberg has one. Jay-Z has one.
She said.
Jay-Z as well. Up. Can I just point this out? His collection is insane, but it's only insane because of the money involved in that collection. It's not the hunt, it's not the search, it's the connections. I want that because I want that. It's cooler if you have something that money just can't buy. You've searched for that, you researched that. It's that treasure hunt. It's an insane collection. But I'm not too impressed, you know.